Hello everyone, it's Helen here and thank you for joining me today. So it's day 5 of my 12 days of Christmas, and today we're working on Christmas Eve gift box ideas. So I've got a couple for adults as well, but this is going to be mostly for the little ones. So Christmas Eve boxes, what is your opinion on them? I'd like to know actually. I've only been doing them for my children for the last 2 years, I think I've done them. We normally have one big box and I just put, treats in and other things, but this year they've both asked for a smaller box each, so I'm going to be doing that this year. And for me, I don't go all out on the Christmas Eve box, because on Christmas Eve the kids are excited anyway, and I would like to keep them more occupied and just put in little things here and there just to keep them busy, because I remember when I was growing up and I was, really excited about it's Christmas tomorrow, and I needed things to do basically just to keep me occupied. I'm sure my mum did her best, but now I'm a mum, I just want to keep my children busy and not, when's Christmas here? So I tend to just fill my Christmas Eve box with like a few books, a few activities, a couple of treats, just to keep them going. And there's a few important things that I need to include as well. So this is our key. I popped this on the front doormat, and my daughter wrote this a long time ago, and it's basically just an ornamental key. You can get these from eBay, and it says, here is your key, use your magic to make it work. So this is the key we use every single year, so that is going to go in one of the Christmas Eve boxes. So this is the problem I'm going to be facing. They've asked for a box each and I've only got one key, so I might just leave this one out and put this with the cookies and the carrot that we leave out, so that may have to go separately, so I'm going to pop that aside. We also watch a Christmas film, so a couple of years ago we watched The Gremlins, and I've just printed the movie poster out on a piece of photo paper, because we don't have a DVD player anymore. Everything is digital for us now, and so this is a really good way in demonstrating or letting people know that's the movie we're going to be watching, and really it doesn't take up any space, so you can print a copy of for everyone's box. This is new to us. This is called The Snowman, and it's a book by Michael Morpurgo, and if you love The Snowman or know of The Snowman, here we go. This is going to be a really, really good story. So this may not make it into the Christmas Eve box because it's such a long one. I may start reading this every evening, just a couple of pages every evening until we get to Christmas. But this is like a more elaborate worded version of the ins and outs of The Snowman, because The Snowman is actually a musical cartoon. So, I really can't, for me, I can't wait to read this book, so let's pop that aside. And here we have, you can get these from like the £1 shops or the Dollar Trees, if you have one. So just an activity book, buy them one each just to keep them busy. So those are my shop bought things. And something we bring out every single year is the night before Christmas. Don't worry, we're going to do some crafting in a moment, but these are all the other the fillers that I like to put in. Okay, so this is a very important story for us. It was one of my father-in-law's favourite stories, especially at Christmas, and it was him that got me into reading this for my children on Christmas Eve. So this is really nostalgic for me because we lost him earlier this year. So yeah, it was really quite sad when we lost him. So this is going to mean a lot more to us this Christmas Eve when we do read it. So this is the same book that we bring out every year, as you can see. My daughter wrote in that a long time ago. So this goes in our Christmas Eve box as well. Let's move that aside. Okay, so another thing I put in is a Christmas mug. I put the same one in every single year because we'll end up with a dozen Christmas mugs, new ones every single year, and I think it's really nice when you open up your annual box and it has your favourite things inside it. So another thing that I'll be putting in is their Christmas stocking. That will be going in the box as well. So the same cup, the same Christmas stocking, the same key. It all brings on the same nostalgia. It's like, yes, I get to see this again this year. Right, so let's move on to the crafting. Okay, so first we're going to be making some nice little fun reindeers. So I have these bunting style shape cellophane bags. You can get them in all different shapes and sizes, you know, even these big ones here. So I have some bunting, like triangle shaped ones, and I have some milk chocolate raisins, so we're going to be putting those in first. So another thing you can put in here is any sort of chocolates or sweets, but especially if they're chocolate coated, they're going to be nice reindeer colour. And you can always cast these off as reindeer poop. It's absolutely perfect for reindeer poop as well. So if you want to make a nice funny little thing, that would be perfect for that too. So here we have our bag. It's full up now, so let's get that tied. So I have an elastic band here. I'm just going to twist this round loads of times because I don't have any smaller ones. Jam jar bands would be absolutely perfect for this as well. There we go. So that is keeping that shut. Or you can just tie a bit of twine around there too. So we're almost there. These are really easy to make. These are perfect for children's friends, teachers. Okay, so I have the pom-poms here. This is going to be for the nose, but we're not going to do that bit just yet. Okay, so moving on, we have some candy canes. I'm thinking these might be too big. They could be too big because they're going to go down the back there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some tape and just tape these together. Make sure they're even. Just going to add a bit of tape just down there, just to keep them together. There we go. And twine, there's loads of, I've got loads of different, you know, bits of twine, so I'm going to use this gold coloured one. This is just from my stash. I haven't gone out and bought this. So a lot of these things, I bought these triangle bags last year, so I'm literally just breaking into my stash for this. Okay, so how high up do we want these? I'm going to wrap these round a few times. There we go. I'm going to tighten a knot. There we go. So we can pull these up if we want to, and then maybe just keep this in place with a glue dot, which I need to grab some new ones actually, but I will do that later. And I also have some jingle bells. So these are really popular and easy to come by. I'll see if I can leave a link for something like this down below. So maybe I can have one gold and one silver. These jingle nice and fun, so let's get these threaded through. So these ones do have a nice place there for the twine to be threaded through. There we go. These are going to jingle really nicely. I'm going to put this through on the other one. I have to trim that one as well. This is really making me want to do some sewing projects. I haven't done sewing for ages, years even, so I don't know, maybe this Christmas I might get my sewing machine out, maybe make something. Okay, so I'm going to tie this again, another 2 knots I think. And there may not be room for me to do a bow, but we can try. Add this at the front. We can try. I've discovered this twine isn't the best for tying bows, so we'll see how it goes. There we go. Right, let's trim that off. There There we go, this is really coming together now. So this is what it looks like now. My reindeer is almost done. So let me just fish out the other things that I need to use. Okay, so I have a nice little box here of eyelets, and yes, I did decorate that. I got carried away there. Right. So I think I got this from Amazon actually. I'll do my best to leave links for everything that I've used down below. And these are, got loads of dried glue on my fingers. It really annoys me, that does, but it's a hazard of the job. Crafting. Right, so here is our first eye. These aren't eyelets. These are googly eyes. Did I say eyelets? Right, so here's your first one. Again, I just want to say that in my Christmas Eve box, I don't put any big gifts or expensive things in here. These are just fun things, just to keep the children happy, just for one day. There we go. So here is our reindeer. He is really looking the part now. He's got eyes, and now we're going to do the nose. So I have some teeny weeny little pom-poms here. Again, I got these from Amazon a couple of years ago, and these are going to do me a lot of Rudolphs over the next coming years. So I'm going to pop this. Do I pop it here? Do I pop it at the bottom? Do I pop it, whee, it's bouncy, here? So I think I'm just going to pop it there. So I'm going to add some glue. Do not use hot glue for this because you will melt your cellophane bag, and I forgot to put the lid on this, so it's dried out. Let's hope that worked. No, oh dear, something's coming out now. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just pop that pom-pom on, and then I'm going to try not to touch it now. I'm going to set this aside. So here is my, oh dear, Rudolph reindeer, and I'm going to pop that aside until it dries. So let's move that aside. Okay, so for my next one, I'm going to do a hot chocolate gift, which is perfect for the kids and the grown-ups. I'm going to start off with the kids version first, and then I'll move on to the grown-ups. So I have my hot chocolate already ready there. So I've used a recycled jar. This has been through the dishwasher, but the top lid was sticky. So this was a spice jar. So this one has oregano. So if you want these particular ones, these are from Tesco. Pop that aside. So I go through a lot of them, like crushed garlic and parsley and basil. That's leaking a bit. And so I have quite a few of these jars. So I have another one here. So this one is hot chocolate powder, and in this one, I'm going to fill this one up. I have, it's hiding, some little marshmallows. Let's get that popped in as well. You can, if you don't want the pink ones going in, you can just leave the pink ones out. Put the white ones in. But I'm just going to put a lovely mixture of all of them in there. I'm going to have to just pop them in. It's gone everywhere. There we go. So on day 4 we had popcorn everywhere. Day 5, marshmallows. And yes, if you missed day 4, I made popcorn on my craft desk. So make sure that you have a check on my channel just to make sure you haven't missed that one. Okay, right, so here we have hot chocolate and marshmallow. So I'm going to have to get something to cut, some sort of circle on there. So I may have to get my die sets out. I have a circle die set, so let's measure this. A 1 inch wouldn't be very big, so I'm going to need a 1.5 inch circle. So I might just be in luck. Okay, so I have 2 punches here. I have a 1.5 and a 1 inch. These are from my Stampin' Up days. What I don't have is a 1 1/4, which would have been perfect for this project. So let me just grab a scrap piece of random paper that I normally have kicking around. Here we go. It's a lovely tartan one. So we're going to do the 1.5. Let's see if that fits on the top, which yes it does. Okay, let's pop that on. We'll glue those on. Glue, there we go. Okay, I'm going to need another candy cane I think for this one. I'm going to put a couple in because there's quite a few portions in that. So I have these ones, I have two types, I've got those two. We'll go for these ones. Put those in. Okay, so let's get some of these tied on. But let's show you the rest of what I'm going to be putting in. Oh, put the lid on this. Right, so I have some tiny little spoons here as well. These are from Amazon as well. These are so cute. I love those. So I'm going to pop that in there. And if you have a mini whisk, you can add that too. I have a drawer full of mini whisks from previous hot chocolate Christmas gifts, so I have a nice little stockpile of things that I can use now for making these. So let's tip those, so add that, and we're going to add that. So let's grab our twine. I fished out my glue dots now, so again what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape these together, just like what we did with our reindeer. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn these over. So these jars weren't designed for going on their side, so keep them upright. I'm just going to stick these onto one of them. Just like so. I have gone over there just to kind of keep these jars together. There we go. Right, we're going to need some ribbon now. I have some nice thick red ribbon here. This is just from a haberdashery. You can find ribbon anywhere really. Okay, before we tie this on, I'm just going to add some glue dots to this spoon here. Just to keep it in place. I don't want to add too much tape to things. Add this to the bottom. Stick this, which side should I stick it to? Right, this is going to be better now if I keep this upright, so I'm going to stick this on the front. There we go. Right, now what we're going to do is just tie our ribbon around. So I'm going to cut off enough so I can tie a nice bow. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie a double knot just to keep everything together. Again, maybe if you have a nice decorative elastic band, you can add that too. So I'm not very good at tying double knots. Well, I am good at tying double knots, but it's just keeping it tight. There we go. So that is going to want to move around. There we go. Now let's get this tied into a bow now. There lovely little Christmas gift here. So this is going to look lovely in a Christmas Eve box, and you can just add even like a paper or card belly band around that. That will keep it more secure. This will be fine just for the Christmas Eve box. So that is the hot chocolate gift. So let's move on to our grown-up one now. Okay, so we're going to start off with our hot chocolate again. So I've just taken this one out of the pack because I'm just going to reuse this one. Okay, so let's add our grown-up things to it. So you can buy these little tiny little bottles here, and these two are perfect for adding into hot chocolates, especially this one on the left there. So I'm going to be using that one. So we're going to be popping those two together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add some blue dots along the edge there. Okay, those are stuck together now. Okay, got the spoon, add that here, on the side. Okay, it's coming together. Okay, so that is the grown-up hot chocolate gift. You can even add in the marshmallows as well. So I really like this one. This one is my favourite one. Okay, so those are the Christmas gift ideas. There's loads there. I'm not sure if I've shown you this one already. This was from day 3. Here we have a popcorn holder. So you just put an empty popcorn holder in there, or you can fill it with sweets. And just keep the popcorn separate so that can fit into the box as well. Again, you can put a grown-up glass hot chocolate glass here for the grown-up hot chocolate. And I've made a massive mess beside me now. So that is today's video. If you like this one, give me a thumbs up. Remember, don't overstress yourself this Christmas. If you're putting together a Christmas Eve box, just keep it simple and a little bit fun, and nothing too elaborate, just something to keep everyone busy for the excitement for Christmas Day. So thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you again next time.